Oh, hello everyone! I am the Canadian Gaming Penguin. Here I am waiting for yet another fate in the Firmament as part of the Ishgardian restoration. And this time it's for the Bright Ballad Passage. Also, apparently I'm selling things on the market board. Anyways, back to sweeping until the fate begins. Yep, I'm still sweeping. And apparently a whole bunch of other people are as well. This group just appeared a short while ago, and then further back there were other people. Originally it was just the one on the left there, and then I started, and then other people joined in, and yeah. And as you can see, we are about a minute away to the start of the fate. Of course, I have to keep sweeping, but before I continue to sweeping, I should probably refuel my energy by eating a rice ball. Which I will do right about now. Yeah, it's one of the new emotes as well. There's also the bread, and I believe an apple, and something else that I can't think of right now. But anyway, the fate shall commence in a few moments. As I get some lag. Which was consistent to what I was experiencing while I was actually playing, so it's not just the recording lag. And then it cleared up right now, and the fate should begin just about soon. And the fate begins! And conveniently, once more, I'm near the pile. For today's round of concerted efforts, we'll be getting to work on Bright Ballad Passage. That's a very tongue-twister name. Help yourself to the materials you need, and let's get to building. And so we can see there's building sites straight ahead, and as we'll notice on the mini-map, there is 2 to the left and 2 to the right. Let's put up a portal worthy of being the gateway between the firmament and the pillars. So the fate kind of dialogue tells you what it is that you're actually working on, and gives you the idea of what you're going to be actually, well, building, sort of. Anyways, so as you can see, I'll continue on and head over to the left. And there's a lot more people this time around than the last fate because this is actually at a decent hour. And of course, I didn't have my microphone with me at the time because it was about 12 minutes until the commencement of the fate. And I was... no, I was in the diadem collecting things, and I didn't think we were going to get to the progression for the fate because this was the last day of the ranking, so I didn't think the people were going to be grinding out that hard, but I guess I underestimated it, so I was fortunately in the diadem at the time and someone made the announcement, so I have to say thank you to that person. And then my free company was also sharing that same information as well. But anyways, so this time around I definitely don't get to contribute 20, which I am not complaining about because that means more people were able to participate. This time around I think I only did 10, which is usually what I stop at anyway. But I think that's all I had time for. So anyway, I will stop my blabbering and you guys can enjoy the music once more. So at this point, I was already done 10, so I decided to just wait around. As you can see, the fate is close to being completed anyway. So I was just looking around and seeing if I could see how many people were and speculating on what would happen to change. Obviously, I expect the building ahead of us to change. I wasn't exactly sure what. Excellent, the work's just about done. You've all earned a good rest. And so of course we have the minute until the end of the actual fate. This gives people the chance to finish their last contribution, if any at all. Obviously I probably had time for a couple more, but there was no point because I believe 5, as I mentioned before, is enough for actually completing the full ranking for the fate, if that made any sense whatsoever. And apparently had a friend nearby. I had turned off most of the name titles and stuff, so I hadn't actually seen it. But anyway, zooming in to see if we can notice more of what the changes are, because obviously it's going to be a little more tricky because it is nighttime in the game at the time of the fate. And trying to see if there was a better vantage point, and so I hop up over here and oh, you can't go on the other side of this. Naturally. So I'm like, okay, well, we're done, so we might as well just stay where we were. In the upcoming session, we're planning to complete works for Bright Ballad Passage. If you haven't already, check the Skybuilders Board for details. And of course, naturally, I forgot to do so, but you will see that later on in the video anyway, because I recorded 8 hours later. Actually, it's like 24 hours later. Or 48. Anyway, so looking over here, we can see they're saying the same thing. Over here I expect changes, and I was right. There is now a gate there of some sort. This won't hold its current state. Better to reinforce it further. So yeah. I'm guessing that's going to be part of the passage to the pillars, possibly, or the only way through is this gate right there. You will find out in the future, because later on in this video I'm still not sure as well. Not a crack or blemish to speak of. And it looks like that's pretty much it for this little area, but that's not a surprise because it was the first of 2 of the fates, and we don't see much going on right here right now, but we will see some of that later, the 48 hours later. Or whatever, because there was another fate, because as you can see, commencement in 7 hours 58 minutes or something like that. And yeah, you can see there was some more recording lag there. I think that was lag in the game itself because there was a lot of people moving around and whatnot. But anyways, that looked to be all that was there, so I decided to try to get a better vantage point. Moved up here, saw this guy, so then I decided to look in the direction he was looking to. Of course, I look into a building for the most part. So let's move over to the staircase to see the buildings and stuff over here. You can kind of see the changes there. Obviously, there's a bit of a gray wall thing there, and then the changes to the building itself. And the number of people still there, and a bit of change. So then moving back over here in first person, which is very difficult, I might add. And then, yeah, this is a very pretty view. Yeah, naturally when I recorded last, I forgot to actually check the Skybuilders Board, and I haven't been back since the end of the fate, so we'll be able to see the rest of the, well, the results that happened 8 hours after the fate. And the Skybuilders Board as such as well, and the results of any other fates that may have occurred since then. As it slowly loads. And naturally it's nighttime again, so the first thing we'll do is check the Skybuilders Board here. So we see we were working on this, and obviously that is now completed. This is the friendly local resource inspector passant back once more to inform you of the impending work on Bright Ballad Passage. For these works, you will be required to break down the large debris, gather up fragments, transport fragments for disposal. When all said and done, well, we shall have our passage. So let's no builder spare on any effort. Flat Passant, or whatever. I'm probably butchering the name. That was for building the passage between the firmament and the pillars. So we should now have a passageway, or we will possibly, once all of this is completed, a passage from the pillars to here. And of course the pillars in Ishgard here are up here. And so eventually we will see a Firmament access point at some point. Don't think we see that right now. Possibly it could be you have to talk to a gatekeeper. We'll find out when we get over there. Anyway, so now we're working on the Eastern Risensong Quarter. Venerable builders, your unflagged efforts have seen the Bright Ballad's Passage laid to the last paving stone. The way now lies open not only to the pillars, but also the next stage of our plan, the construction of the Eastern Risensong Quarter. As always, it begins with the amassing of supplies, and we look forward to your generous donations in the coming days. Francel D. Halenart. So, let us be off and go all the way that way to find out what it looks like, that is. And you can kind of see from the distance already, because it's this building here. Let's zoom in a little bit, and of course there's the bridge, and you can see that building is now completed. And I have to say it looks quite pretty from here. Let's just hold still for a second right here. Oh, hey now! To think the reconstruction effort is... Let's try that again. To think the reconstruction effort is almost at an end. Such a bittersweet feeling it is. Indeed. And obviously that's built up now too, so if we take a gander over there, we can see that there's efforts there, and we'll go visit that in a second. But we can definitely see that this building is complete, and all of that area over there is also complete. So let's get to it. Of course, it's also nighttime, so we can't see it as well. But we have a little bridge here. Of course, we have this long one that is extremely steep, as I say that once more, a bazillion times over. We can see the plants here. Sorry, I'm moving the camera rather quickly, aren't I? So yeah, we have here, and I think that is a player. Nope, heading to the pillars. There's just beyond here. I'm guessing we can't go there yet. Unless, of course, it's through here. Nope. My guess is that they're going to be related to... Well, I have a feeling that we're going to have some sort of main scenario quests related somewhere in the Firmament. And that'll be part of, presumably, the next expansion of to some degree anyway. Because it seems like it's setting up Ishgard to have this area for questing. Just because of how big it is and whatnot. Because... It definitely feels more than just the Firmament building. You require a demonstration, you say? Very well, then. The key is to put your whole body into it now. Behold, yeah! Such power! You'll get the hang of it in no time. Not if he's writing with a quill only. Just saying. Yeah, so we have obviously the NPCs here. There's one over here. If only the chief would give me a private lesson too. Oops, somebody's jealous. And it looks like there isn't any other NPCs over there. Or over here, rather. Other than this one over here who... Well, I guess there's this one over here too, but... Oh, well, you can hop up there, but... What the hell is that made of? See the chat too slow, and then you have to move away and then back. What in the hell is this made of? My axe scarcely even scratches it. Well, it's also a very, very thick piece of stone or something. And we have an NPC over there as well. So what else do we have over here? Oh, it looks like we can access down over there. I don't... Yes, there's a wall there. You kind of have to jump over it. I don't think we can access that over here. Wait, no. Yeah, we can, because we couldn't access that before. It was all down over that way. So there's just a little bridge over here now. And we have... Oh, here's the guy who... It's all in the hips, you see. 'Tis not nearly so simple as it looks. Your wisdom is invaluable. Just don't ask him about the edges. The student has become a teacher. What a marvelous sight. Maybe that's what he's suited for? No, that said, you're very close to the edge now too there, lady. Person thing. Anyways. What about you? This task is mine and mine alone. Yep, there's definitely no one else working on this over here. And there's something interesting being built here. Another bridge, maybe? Well, it looks like that's it for this part, and then perhaps down here we can access more. Well, definitely looks like it's going to connect up to here, so maybe it is another bridge. We can see stuff. Oh, nope, we can't access this part yet. Yeah, so this will be the last part that we'll be working on, my guess is. Well, not my guess, I actually know. So yeah, so we're making our way down this way now. A certain person is not meeting up with his students, apparently. That's not shocking at all. Jean Quinard would never do that. And it looks like there's still this little part here. I'm guessing it'll be part of whatever over there is as well. So if we just pull up the map, rather. So you can see this part here is being worked on, and obviously this is what we'll be working on. The Eastern Risen Song Quarter. So this is the Risen Song Quarter. This was the western part here. And then there's the Bright Ballad Passage, and then the eastern part. So yeah, that's basically what we've got. That's part of the fun, hee hee. Almost want to shove them in, except for the fact that it's cold, and that would just be mean as I hop through the water up a waterfall. Because I'm an immune adventurer to the cold. Not really. Anyways, ooh, that's a nice spot to just stop right there for the nice view with the background. Let's go on the other side of the fountain here, though. There, right here. Here's a good spot. Naturally, my Lalafell minion will start doing its lally-ho! Which, of course, I have to do as well. If I didn't... Come on now, press the right buttons there. There we go. Enter. Lally-ho! Anyway, so that is obviously it for this video. I don't know when the next fate will be because, as I said, it'll probably be slower progress now that the rankings are done and my server is a smaller server. Obviously there's been some progression left now that the Ballad's Passage is completed. It might have been just that one extra fate or possibly another 2 fates after that, but we will see. And of course I'm gonna lolly-ho the whole time at the end here. Anyways, that is it for this one. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please consider hitting that like button. Please also consider subscribing if you'd like to see more content like this. Anyways, that is it for this one. Thanks for watching.